never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies. Like fools, we clung to the old hatreds. And fought as we had for generations. Until the day the sky rained fire, and the new enemy came among us. We stand now upon the brink of destruction, for the reign of chaos has come at last.
What's up, everybody? It's Gibberish HS here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos lore. We're not going to be talking about Warcraft 1 or 2, but only Warcraft 3 lore, from the beginning to the end of the Attack of the Legion. We're not going to be talking about Frozen Throne. I'm going to have that in a separate video, which the link will be up here, so feel free to go there. So yeah, so we're just going to get straight into it. So basically it starts off where the war chief of the Horde, Thrall, has a vision about a battle that is happening between the humans and the orcs, and then as they're attacking, the Legion from above comes and destroys basically everyone. So this is basically a vision, and he wakes up, and then the prophet comes, some random dude, and he tells him to follow him. So Thrall follows him all the way, and then when he meets up with him, he tells him that he has to sail west.
Greetings, son of Duratan. I knew you'd find your way.
It was you I saw in the vision. Who are you? How do you know me?
I know many things, young war chief, about you and your people. My identity at this time is unimportant. What is important is that you rally your people and leave these shores immediately.
Leave? What's this all about, human?
Human? I left my humanity behind long ago. I am something different now. Know that I have seen the future and beheld the great burning shadow that is coming to consume this world. You sense it as well, don't you?
Are returning.
So Thrall then takes the Horde and they sail west. They go and steal some human ships and they sail west to Kalimdor. So that's the beginning, and then it cuts to the humans. So young Prince Arthas and Lord Uther, the Light Paladin, they both just are trying to stop some orc attacks that are happening, and as they go through, it looks like that the orcs are trying to summon demons. These are different orcs from the Horde. These are orcs who are still loyal to the Legion in a sense. So what happens is Arthas and Uther are cleaning out some orcs that are attacking. And then what happens is that after they do this helps you get a sense of Arthas' personality. After they do this, Arthas meets up with Jaina, a mage. Alright, so Jaina meets up with Arthas, alright, and so they go and they decide to start investigating this plague that is spreading around Lordaeron. They're not sure what's going on with it, so they were sent by King Tyrannus. Arthas's father to figure out what is going on with the plague. So they go and they start investigating, and they find out that a necromancer named Kel'Thuzad, who actually used to be a part of the Kirin Tor, is helping a dreadlord named Mal'Ganis.
Hello again, children. I am Kel'Thuzad, and I've come to deliver a warning. Leave Wellinghof alone. Your curiosity will be the death of you.
Are you responsible for this plague, Necromancer? Is this cult your doing?
Yes, I ordered the Cult of the Damned to distribute the plagued grain. But the sole credit is not mine.
What do you mean?
I serve the Dreadlord, Mal'Ganis. He commands the scourge that will cleanse this land and establish a paradise of eternal darkness.
And what exactly is this scourge meant to cleanse?
Why, the living, of course. His plan is already in motion. Seek him out at Stratholme if you need further proof.
So they're putting it into grains and shipments, and they're spreading it out across the land of Lordaeron. So Arthas and Jaina begin to go, and they're trying to find what's going on. Eventually, Arthas and Jaina arrive at Anderhall, and they realize that the city has been tainted. So they kill all the zombies, and then the undead begins to attack. So Arthas tells Jaina to go to Lord Uther to bring reinforcements. He holds off, and then Lord Uther comes in. Now at this point, Arthas is getting really mad about what's going on. He gets very bitter, and for some reason he starts to feel this rage. So afterwards, Uther saves the day, but Arthas is just ready to kill Mal'Ganis. So he sets forth for Stratholme, which is a large city that he believes Mal'Ganis is heading towards next. So what they do is they start to head towards there, and as they're going, the prophet meets with Arthas, and the prophet also met with Lord Antonidas, which is Jaina's basically mentor, but Antonidas said he's insane. Alright, so then he meets with Arthas, and he tells Arthas that what he's doing is that this isn't worth it. You should take your people west of Kalimdor, like he told the orcs. But Arthas thinks he's insane, and he keeps going.
Greetings, young prince. We must talk.
I have no time for this.
Listen to me, boy. This land is lost. The shadow has already fallen, and nothing you do will deter it. If you truly wish to save your people, lead them across the sea, to the west.
Flee! My place is here, and my only course is to defend my people.
Then your choice is already made. Just remember, the harder you strive to slay your enemies, the faster you'll deliver your people right into their hands.
Don't say it.
I sense tremendous power about him, Arthas. Maybe he's right. Maybe he does know what will happen.
Nothing he can say will make me abandon my homeland, Jaina. I don't care if that madman has seen the future. Let's go.
Jaina starts to become a little more suspicious of the prophet because she saw him talk to Antonidas and then Arthas, and she senses great power within the prophet. So they keep going on through, and then they arrive at Stratholme, and Arthas realizes that they're too late, that the plague has infected the entire city. So what they decide to do, Arthas says they gotta just destroy everything, they gotta burn the city.
This entire city must be purged.
How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
But Uther says this is crazy, this is insane, which it is. This is where you first see Arthas start to go a little crazy. So Arthas continues, and he burns the city, And as he does this, Mal'Ganis is trying to take some of the people with him, some of the undead. And eventually Arthas beats him. So he says, let's end this now, but Mal'Ganis says, no. If you want to fight me, if you want to kill me, you have to follow me. And he goes to Northrend. So Arthas takes half of the fleet, and he goes to Northrend to fight Mal'Ganis.
So much death. I can't believe Arthas could have done this.
Jaina! Jaina Proudmoore!
Lord Uther?
Ah, Jaina. I thought I might find you here. Where has he gone, girl? Where has Arthas taken the fleet?
He came to me before he left. I pleaded with him not to go. I told him it sounded like a trap.
Where?
Northrend. He's gone to Northrend to hunt Mal'Ganis.
Damn that boy. I've got to inform King Tyrannus. Don't be too hard on yourself, girl. You had nothing to do with this slaughter.
The dead in this land might lie still for the time being, but don't be fooled. Your young prince will find only death in the cold north.
You! Arthas is only doing what he believes is right.
Commendable as that may be, his passions will be his undoing. It falls to you now, young sorceress. You must lead your people west to the ancient lands of Kalimdor. Only there can you combat the shadow and save this world from the flame.
So she takes what humans she can, and they go west. Now, after that, it goes back to Arthas, and Arthas has sailed north. He and his men have made encampment, and they start to fight Mal'Ganis. But as they're making their way up, they find a pack of dwarves, and the leader is called Myrddin Bronzebeard. Now, Myrddin is a really actually interesting character, but he's up north because he is trying to find a legendary blade called Frostmourne, and he was trying to find this blade so they could basically just find out more about it and to find the blade. So as they go, they keep going, and then they're gaining on Mal'Ganis. Arthas and his crew and Myrddin and his men are all making forward. They team up together. But then Lord Uther sends basically an emissary.
I apologize, emissary, but the prince is away on an errand. What brings you to this desolate place?
By royal edict, you men are to return to Lordaeron immediately. Lord Uther has convinced the king to recall this expedition.
We're to just pick up and leave?
That's correct. My men report that the roads from here to the shore are held by the undead. You'll need to find an alternate route back to your ships.
To hell with the undead. We'll cut our way through the woods, men.
Captain, why are the guards not at their posts?
Well, my lord, your father had our troops recalled at Lord Uther's request.
Uther had my troops recalled? Damn it! If my warriors abandon me, I'll never defeat Mal'Ganis. The ships must be burned before the men reach the shore.
Isn't that a bit much, lad?
Burned down to their frames. No one goes home until our job here is done.
And then after they burn all the ships, the men arrive and are like, who burned our ships? And Arthas blames the mercenaries.
These murderous creatures have burned our ships and robbed you of your way home. Slay them all in the name of Lordaeron. Damn beasts.
Kill them all!
Which they kill them. So Myrddin then is like, what's happening to you, Arthas? Is vengeance all you care about? And then after all that, there's so much undead that they can't win. So Arthas decides that they should go and get the blade of Frostmourne. So Myrddin and Arthas go, and they travel up north, and they keep looking, and they find the blade of Frostmourne.
Frostmourne. Halt, lad. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a warning. It says,
Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit. Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas. Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price if only you will help me save my people.
So when Arthas takes the blade, he leaves Myrddin dead, and he just goes back to his men, and he goes and he kills Mal'Ganis.
You've taken up Frostmourne at the expense of your comrades' lives, just as the Dark Lord said you would. You're stronger than I thought.
You waste your breath, Mal'Ganis. I heed only the voice of Frostmourne now.
You hear the voice of the Dark Lord. He whispers to you through the blade you wield. What does he say, young human? What does the Dark Lord of the Dead tell you now?
He tells me that the time for my vengeance has come.
What? He can't possibly mean to...
It is finished.
So Mal'Ganis dies, and Arthas goes back and he begins to go insane. The blade begins to drive his soul out, and he just loses his mind to insanity. He sails back to Lordaeron, but abandons his men to die. When he arrives at Lordaeron, he gets there, and he goes up to his father, and he kills him.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father.
And that's the end of the human campaign. Now, next is the undead section of the campaign. And this section is still about Arthas. Now Arthas is basically dead. He's a Death Knight, alright? But he's not really dead. He's still human, kind of. But he has no soul. So, he has just killed his father. It's a few days after that. And so now the place is leaderless. So what they do is a dreadlord named Tichondrius comes, and he basically is like giving Arthas jobs to do, because Arthas has a part in bringing this giant army from the sky to him, but he doesn't know this yet. So Arthas goes and he basically proves his worth to Tichondrius, and then Tichondrius tells him that he needs to go and get the remains of Kel'Thuzad. Now, Kel'Thuzad was that wizard we saw, necromancer, forgive me, that we saw in the human campaign about Jaina and with Arthas. And Arthas had actually killed Kel'Thuzad. So they had to go grab his remains. So Arthas went and he grabbed Kel'Thuzad's remains. But what happened was Kel'Thuzad came back as a ghost, and only Arthas could see him. And basically Kel'Thuzad begins to advise Arthas. He begins to warn him to not trust the Dreadlords. He begins to tell him about who is the master they serve, but he doesn't tell them much. So the only way to bring Kel'Thuzad back to life, or as an undead creature, was by they need a really powerful energy. They decided to go to the elves. So they went to the elves, and they basically, from an elf on the inside, helped them, and they broke through and they began to attack Silvermoon, so the home of the elves. So as they begin to attack, Sylvanas Windwonder, which if any of you guys know Warcraft, you know she's a big character. Right? This is how Sylvanas becomes a banshee.
The chase is over.
Then I'll make my stand here, Butcher. Anara la Belori. Finish it. I deserve a clean death.
After all you've put me through, woman, The last thing I'll give you is the peace of death.
No, you wouldn't dare.
Sylvanas is fighting Arthas, trying to defend her city, when Arthas attacks her and he turns her into a banshee as a curse. He then uses the Sunwell to revive Kel'Thuzad, and then the Sunwell dries up. This will become more important in the Frozen Throne campaign. So after Kel'Thuzad is revived, he becomes a Lich, and he tells Arthas of all that he knows, basically. That they serve a lord called the Lich King, and the Lich King is basically a servant to the Legion. And the Legion is a demonic army that goes to planet, destroying them and conquering them. So now the Legion wants to conquer Azeroth. So their goal is to bring Archimonde, this giant, like, leader almost of the Legion, they need to bring him to Azeroth. So the Lich King and Arthas, they go, and they need to talk to Archimonde. And then they arrive at this giant portal, basically. And it basically, like, FaceTime Lord Archimonde, who's this giant green demon. Kel'Thuzad asks him, how can we bring you into this world? And he basically tells him that the Book of Medivh.
I call upon thee, Archimonde. Your humble servant seeks an audience. You called my name, puny Lich, and I have come. You are Kel'Thuzad, are you not? Yes, Great One. I am the summoner. Very well then. There is a special tome you must find. The only remaining spellbook of Medivh, the Last Guardian. Only his lost incantations are powerful enough to bring me into your world. Where should we search for it, Great One? Seek out the mortal city of Dalaran. It is there that the tome is kept. At twilight, 3 days from now, you will begin the summoning.
So they arrive at this city where Lord Antonidas is. And then once they do that, they basically go, they kill him, and they take the book. And then Kel'Thuzad starts a ritual. And after a few minutes of you trying to defend him, Kel'Thuzad brings down Archimonde from above.
You have done well, little Lich. My plan worked perfectly.
Lord Archimonde, all the preparations have been made.
Very well, Tichondrius. Since the Lich King is of no further use to me, you Dreadlords will now command the Scourge.
As you wish, Lord Archimonde.
Soon, I will order the invasion to begin. But first, I will make an example of these paltry wizards by crushing their city into the ashes of history.
This has got to be a joke. What happens to us now?
Be patient, young Death Knight. The Lich King foresaw this as well. You may yet have a part to play in his grand design.
And that's the end of the undead. So now Archimonde is in this world. Now, we go back to the orcs that we saw previously. Alright? Thrall and his men have landed in Kalimdor, and after a few days they try to gather back the horde, and they meet these Tarns, which are basically giant bull creatures, and he meets a leader called Cairn Bloodhoof. Now, Thrall saves Cairn's village, and Cairn basically says he owes Thrall. He tells him of a mysterious prophecy called the Oracle, and he basically tells him where the Oracle is, and so Thrall goes. As Thrall takes the horde throughout, he finds Hellscream and his clan, and they're fighting humans. So now we know that the humans have made it to Kalimdor. So he begins to fight them, some of the humans, but he tells Grom, Hellscream, don't fight the humans, right? We're not here to fight, we're here to just find the prophecy of the Oracle. So Grom listens for a little bit, but after a while he goes and he attacks the humans. So the humans start attacking, and afterwards Thrall gets these zeppelins, which will take him across to the Oracle, and he tells Grom to go into the Ashenvale Forest because he's mad that he disobeyed his orders and that he attacked humans.
I know what's come over you and your men, but this bloodlust is a liability that I can't afford.
I'm sorry, Thrall. You're right. I can handle it.
I can't take that chance, Grom. Take your clan into the northern forest and build us a settlement. I'll come and find you after we've reached the Oracle.
Grom is feeling more rage than normal because now that the demons are on Azeroth, the demon blood that is in them is more hyped up and is making them do worse things. So Thrall tells him to go to Ashenvale while he and his men go up north to find the Oracle. So while this is happening, Archimonde is destroying the human cities. And so Tychondrius takes a pit lord called Manaroth, and they go and Manaroth in Warcraft 1 and 2 corrupts the orcs. They drink his blood, and they are why or why they're green and why they have the demon's blood. But then they kind of broke free from that. So Archimonde tells Manaroth that he needs to bring the orcs back into the fold. So Tychondrius and Manaroth go to Ashenvale, and they find this fountain of water, and he corrupts the water with Manaroth's blood.
Ashenvale Forest. After 10,000 years, I still recognize this cursed place. This is the veil of our ancient enemy, the Night Elves' demigod, Cenarius.
Yes. Lord Archimonde demands that Cenarius be destroyed before we launch the invasion of Kalimdor.
I would relish the chance to face him again in combat. But he is crafty and rarely appears in the open.
Fateful as it sounds, your pet orcs have recently despoiled these forest lands and incurred his wrath. Lord Archimonde and I believe that the orcs are capable of killing Cenarius for us.
They would have little chance against Cenarius. If memory serves, his powers were quite formidable.
Yes, but so are yours. The blood pact that you made with the orcs long ago still binds them to you. You need only recharge their energies.
Just what are you suggesting, Dreadlord?
Spill your burning blood into this pool. Its corruption will lure the orcs to it. And once they've tasted your blood again, they will be unstoppable.
And the Night Elves are what have kept the Legion from invading before. So they want to weaken the Night Elves before they do this. So what they do is Grom and his men are gathering lumber and supplies for Thrall when the Night Elves attack because they're attacking their forest. So they begin attacking their bases, and Grom has to fall back, and they're about to lose when a troll tells Grom that he senses this powerful substance nearby.
The pool emanates great power, but I smell the stench of a demon curse about it. I am cursed already. If I must drink from these waters to defeat Cenarius, then I will. No, that goes against everything the war chief teaches us. We can't let rage overcome us again. No, warrior. We must embrace it as never before. We must become the vessels of destruction that we were meant to be. Yes! I feel the power once again. Come, my warriors. Drink from the dark waters, and you will be reborn.
And they go and they kill Cenarius. So now Cenarius is dead, and the night elves are have left the area. So Grom is like fallen under the demon's influence, and so he now serves the Legion. And Manaroth finds him, and he tells him this.
Hello again, Grommash. Manaroth, it can't be. I've come to bring you and your brethren back into the fold. Though you orcs failed the Burning Legion before, you will now serve us once again. No, we are free. Stupid, pitiful creature. I am the rage in your heart. I am the fury of your thoughts. I alone empowered you to bring chaos to this world, and by the endless void you shall.
Now we go back to Thrall, and Thrall is finding the Oracle, and as he finds this cave that is where the Oracle should be, but first he has to fight through this human base that he believes are trying to get to the Oracle as well. So Cairn comes back, and he's like, we're going to help you do this, basically. He's like, we need to repair our debt to you. So they go, and they break through the human fortress, and then as they get there, they get into it, they make it through, and when they arrive, they find the Oracle. And the Oracle is the Prophet.
I knew that we were being followed. Defend yourselves!
Stop! There will be no violence in this place.
That voice. You're no oracle. You're the prophet.
Very perceptive, son of Durotan. I am the prophet. And now that I have lured you all here, I will tell you what destiny holds.
What the hell is going on here?
Thrall, this is Jaina Proudmoore, leader of the survivors of Lordaeron.
Survivors? What are you talking about?
The invasion of the Burning Legion has begun. Lordaeron has already fallen, and now the demons come to invade Kalimdor. Only together, united against the Shadow, will you be able to save this world from the flame.
Unite with them? Are you mad?
Have you heard nothing that I've said? The Legion comes to undo history and end all life. Thrall, your friend Hellscream has already fallen under the demon's influence. Soon he and your whole race will be lost forever.
No. I'll die before I let that happen.
Then you must rescue him immediately. He is the key to the destiny I promised you. However, you will need help.
Wait, this is insane. You can't possibly expect me to...
Destiny is at hand, young sorceress. The time to choose has come. For the fate of all who live, humanity must join forces with the Horde.
So the Prophet tells them that the humans and the orcs have to work together if they're going to fight the Legion. And so he tells them that Grom has fallen under the influence of the demons, and that if they don't do something, that the entire human orc race will fall. And so Jaina and Thrall work together, and they take on Hellscream, and they get the demon's blood out of him and his men. Then Thrall and Grom go down this canyon to find Manaroth.
Manaroth. We must face Manaroth in the canyon.
Then let's go. I don't want to keep the bastard waiting.
so predictable. I knew you would come. And I see you brought the mighty Hellscream. His blood is mine. As is your whole misbegotten race. The boy believed you could be saved, but he didn't know what burns within your soul. When in your heart you know we are the same. Thrall, the blood haze has lifted. The demon's fire has burnt out in my veins. I have freed myself. No, old friend. You freed us all.
They kill Manaroth, but at the cost, it costs Grom his life. So now the orcs and the humans are making their way into Ashenvale Forest. They're trying to go more west like the prophet has told them to. But Tyrande Whisperrunner is a night elf, and she doesn't like that the orcs and humans are coming in, and she has a lot of distrust for them after the orcs killed Cenarius. So she's trying to fight them every now and then as she can, but then she realizes that the Legion has come. So she decided to wake up the druid Malfurion. Malfurion goes and he finds the rest of the druids and he wakes them up, and then he goes and finds the druids of the Claw, and once he grabs them, they go into these caves to find them. Now as they go, Tyrande, they find this prison that's underground, and it's the prison of Illidan, which you know from World of Warcraft that Illidan is a huge character. So Tyrande Whisperrun finds the prison. She's like, we should release him to help. He can be a great asset, basically, against the Legion, she says. Malfurion doesn't want to do it, so he goes to find the Druids of the Claw, but she goes to find Illidan. She kills the guards, she breaks through the wardens and all that, and then she frees Illidan. So Illidan comes back, and So he takes a few Night Elves and they go and he wants to kill Tichondrius because Tichondrius is corrupting the Ashenvale Forest. They're killing the trees, they're mutating Night Elves and other creatures to bend to their will. So Illidan takes his forces, and the only way he realizes to do this is to get the skull of Gul'dan. How he figures this out is that Arthas comes over and he tells him that if you want to kill Tichondrius, you gotta get this artifact, the skull of Gul'dan.
You reek of death, human. You'll regret approaching me.
Come then. You'll find that we're evenly matched.
Forever. What is it you truly want?
The Dreadlord who commands this undead army is called Tichondrius. He controls a powerful warlock artifact called the Skull of Gul'dan. It is responsible for corrupting these forests.
And you wish for me to steal it? Why?
Let's just say that I have no love for Tichondrius, and the Lord I serve would benefit from the Legion's downfall.
Why should I believe anything you say, little human?
My master sees all, Demon Hunter. He knows that you've sought power your whole life. Now it lies within your grasp. Seize it, and your enemies will be undone.
So Illidan goes and he takes the artifact of Gul'dan and he destroys it and absorbs it, which mutates him into this demon/elf, which you all know him with the wings and the hooves, feet, and all that.
The skull will claim its powers as my own. I will become stronger than any of Archimonde's lieutenants. Yes, the power should be mine.
Now I am complete.
So he takes his power and he kills Tichondrius. But after he does that, Malfurion and Tyrande find him and they realize what he did.
Foul demon! What have you done with my brother?
It is I, Furion. This is what I've become.
No. Illidan, how could you?
The leader of the undead has been destroyed, and the forests will heal in time.
At the cost of your soul? You are no brother of mine. Be gone from this place, and never set foot in our lands again.
So be it, brother.
So Illidan is banished. Tyrande and Malfurion are fighting the Legion the best they can. When Malfurion has a vision of the future, and so he has a vision of the Prophet, and the Prophet tells him to come to this peak. They go to the peak, and when they do, they find Jaina and Thrall there with the Prophet.
We were summoned here as well.
Who are you, Outlanders?
I am Thrall, son of Duratan, war chief of the Horde.
And I am Jaina Proudmoore, leader of the human survivors of Lordaeron.
You are not welcome here.
Peace, priestess. They've come to aid you against the Legion. It was you in my dream. But who are you to make such an offer to us? I am the reason for the Legion's return. Years ago, I brought the orcs into this world, and by doing so, I opened a path for the demons as well. For my sins, I was murdered by those who I cared for most. Despite my death, war raged across the lands of the East for many long years, leaving entire kingdoms devastated in its wake. Now, at long last, I have returned to set things right. I am Medivh, the last guardian. I tell you now, the only chance for this world is for you to unite in arms against the enemies of all who live.
He says he is Medivh, the last guardian, and that their only hope to defeat the Legion is by uniting together. And he tells them some stories about his past, and then tells them that they gotta fight together. So then what they do is, at Night Elves, Jaina and the humans and Thrall and the orcs all gather up together and at Mount Hyjah, which is where Archimonde is heading. Archimonde wants to go to Mount Hyjah, to the World Tree, so he can absorb its energy, and if he had that, the world of Azeroth would be destroyed. So they all build up bases, getting ready to fight, and as they do this, they're holding on and they're fighting. And while they're holding on, Malfurion is setting a trap for Archimonde. So they hold off just long enough, and when Archimonde arrives at the tree, it turns out that Malfurion had given the tree all the Night Elves' powers, basically. Because when the Legion first came, the tree gave the Night Elves power to be immortal and their magical powers and stuff, and their ability to control nature. Malfurion gave that back to the tree, and then the tree basically channeled that energy, and it blew up in a sense.
The way to the World Tree is clear. Witness the end, you mortals. The final hour has come.
The Outlanders held him back as long as they could. Were you successful in planning the summit's defense?
Yes. Now our victory is assured.
It caught on fire and it destroyed Archimonde. And so it destroyed Archimonde. It didn't die though, the tree still remained. And so as the tree, it began to heal over time. And that is the whole lore of Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. I decided to do this because of Remastered, and I just want to talk more and more about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the lore. I will have a Frozen Throne one out at some point. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.
As for me, I came back to ensure that there would be a future. To teach the world that it no longer needed guardians. The hope for future generations has always resided in mortal hands. And now that my task is done, I will take my place amongst the legends of the past.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you like more of my videos, please check out the rest of my channel. And hey, please like and subscribe my videos. That would be awesome. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. See ya!